The world is a gym. Guys, what does that mean? Or at least what do I mean by that? It means that there's so much more outdoors than there is indoors. And long before the gym as we know it existed, people were moving their bodies, exercising it, and getting health benefits before there was what we know as a building. It was through labor, it was through recreation, what have you. There's plenty of different ways that people were doing these things. And while a gym does serve some purpose, I agree. I've been to many gyms, went to gyms over the course of my life, but I do believe that when we're talking about the world is a gym and you are the machinery, which is something we say constantly here, I want people to understand that save your time first and foremost. I think that saving your time, doing things that you enjoy. Now, some people really enjoy being at the gym. That is fine. But there's other people who they go because they might see it as well, I kind of have to do this. No, you don't have to. You can save your time and do something that you enjoy more. Think about when you were a kid, you'd climb trees. And now as adults, maybe you hike a mountain trail or go for a walk or something like that. That's using the world as a gym. That's your treadmill. That's a treadmill. The tree would be like what monkey bars would be, or something that we would see nowadays in those American Ninja things, where you're sustaining your body's weight, you're suspending it by pulling it up, things like that, hopping a fence, things that we used to do. So that's how the world is a gym. Now, saving some money as well. I understand that gym memberships can be super cheap, and people will hop in the chat quite often and you can't afford that, and it's not about me, it's about everybody. Not everybody can afford it. So while you're seeing one person deliver this message, there are many people that are understanding what I'm talking about. So sometimes, no, people's budgets are that tight, and if you are of that mind, then by all means seek somebody out and pay for their membership. It does add up over time, and that's just the reality of anybody's economy, and it's not for us to judge what their economy is. So guys, save yourself some time, some money, your health as well. Your health. Look, gyms are, I call them like the preschool of adults, or preschool of fitness, where you have people come in all conditions. And you've seen it in school, you've seen it at work, where people will still show up and they are coughing, they're sick, they're contagious, and they want to be there because if it's work, then they want that paycheck. If it's preschool, it's because their parents wanted the paycheck and they didn't have anybody else to watch the kid. If it's the gym, it's because they're going to tough it out, but they put everybody else at risk. And so guys, at the gym, if that machinery is not wiped off clean by whether the gym, or sometimes even worse, they leave it up to the patrons to do it themselves, well, it doesn't always get wiped off, and you might be out of a disinfectant or something like that, or it just gets overlooked. So then there is that real possibility that you've gotten yourself sick. You've jeopardized your health trying to chase your fitness. And the one thing that I tell people is your health and fitness are not the same. So don't jeopardize your health. Get outside, get some vitamin D, and it doesn't have to be in direct sunlight, but if it is, put a long sleeve shirt on, light material, so you are covered from the sun. Use some shade if you need to, and then get outside. Also get outside of that recycled air, going through those filters that are changed who knows how long, so there's dust mites, possible mold in them, just blowing that air. Yeah, it's cooler sometimes, or warmer depending on the time of year, but what are you breathing in? And you're trapped in there with those people who may or may not be coughing and contagious. So save some time, some money, and don't put your health at risk. The other thing is, gyms are a great place to catch something like a staph infection. So we want to be very mindful of those things. So the world is a gym. Now, the world being a gym is a great thing, because what it says is you don't need the gym, because you are the machinery. Those machines, the bench press is built the same way that a push-up is. Shoulder press is somebody lifting a log or something to help build a log cabin 100 years ago. Squats, same thing. Treadmills is just going for walks. Going again up a mountain trail or something like that. That is a Stairmaster. It's all the same. They built it based off of our human movement. And so you don't need it. If you like it, that's great. I'm not saying you don't have to. I'm just pointing out that there are options. Now, think about it this way. For people who might think well, I got to. No, you don't have to, because people don't always just go to the bank to count their money. People don't just go to the library because they have to read. People don't just go, to church or a synagogue or a temple, wherever, as a place to worship. You can do those things anywhere. I've seen people praying in places outside of their designated building. I've seen people counting their money outside of a bank. I've seen people reading at the park, other places. So the world isn't just a gym, it's a lot of other things. But for the purposes of Impact Athletics Association, we're going to say the world is a gym. So you have those options. And I encourage you to utilize them. Get out in the world. Get out in the world, see the world, even if it's just your small part of the world. Now, there is situational awareness to be very mindful of. So, yeah, the world is a gym, but it probably shouldn't mean that you are on vacation or on a business trip to a city that you're not very familiar with and you decide to go for a jog downtown at 2 in the morning. That's probably going to put you in a little harm's way. Or if the weather conditions are extreme. Now, I'm not just talking about it's cold or it's hot. Yes, those can have an adverse effect on us, but I'm talking about like really raining hard or hard winds, things like that. Yes, you want to be careful, be mindful. So those things do come with a cost, but I think that you will benefit more. And the other thing is, when you're outside, you have the ability to spend time with more people. You can take your kids for that same walk on the trail, because when you go to a gym to use the equipment, usually it's like 13 and over, supervised by an adult. Well, if you got a couple 7-year-olds, it doesn't work quite the same. So this allows you to get out and exercise with them. Just take a ball to the park, go kick it around for a while. That's exercise. Circulatory, respiratory, muscular, skeletal, all those things are at play. And not to mention just the good endorphins, and you're building some amazing memories with your family. So those are my thoughts on the world as a gym. Let me know what you guys think. Ace up the sleeve, advice, comment, experience. Leave in the chat. Love to know what your thoughts are and how this works out for you guys. So, like we like to say, I hope this finds everybody in your place, pursuit or beginnings of total health, mind, body, and soul. HWPO. That means hard work pays off, and this is the Impact Athletics Association. And as always, subscriptions and videos. So stick around.